Good evening, gamers. This is Griever TV. Of course, I am Griever, and tonight I'm bringing you some L7 Div 1 action. This is, of course, the first round, and it is SYF Gaming, formerly from Div 2 last season, versus SQL, formerly known as Rewound. We have some superstar teams right here, but I've got some special guest casters in here. Ex-Frey member and now fresh member of I Am Bulk. How you doing, dude?
Yeah, good mate. Looking forward to what I think will be a pretty close match, actually.
Yeah, man, I'm thinking the exact same thing. And one of his previous teammates from Frey, Avril, what is up, dude?
Hey, how you going? Pretty excited to get this thing started.
That's right, and looks like we're on the rollout. Quickly take us through who's on these teams, Bob.
Okay, so for SYF, we've got Strera on Medic, Rain and Ferrisara Soldier, Thalian Something Scout, and Drat, better known as Beast J, on Demo. For SQL, we got Primed on Demo, SQL, JMH, and Banjo Spiller, aka Snowblind, as Scouts.
Yeah, mate.
Sorry, just a bit of a hectic mid going down at the moment.
No problem at all, because this is one nasty mid, alright. It looks like it's only something left up, and he's going to go down. So SQL with JMH, and who did you say Banjo Spiller was?
Banjo Spiller is Snowblind,
yeah,
and the soldiers are obviously Grey Hunter and Mikey, and on Medic will be Yodel, the turtle.
Yeah, mate. Righto, and of course 4 times cap on the points, Snowblind and what? Okay.
And JMH.
And JMH. Capping that up. Sorry people, need my hard reload scheme. Anyway, and here we are, and it looks as though the blue team is going to fall back out of here. They're not going to overcommit to this, because the red team has some pretty good positioning. Lots of early aggression there, though. It's looking good.
Yeah, just a bit of peeking and prodding from SQL here. They're not going to push until they have Uber, and they'll probably try and force a bit of flank play, maybe try and get a pick on a scout or a secondary if they can. This is a very, not a really difficult second to push, but you certainly do want some kind of advantage pushing in.
This is true, and what are you expecting for this game, Ace?
At the moment, it looks like the blue team's actually looking like they're going to do something. It looks like it's possibly a suicide.
Soldiers skyboxing there. Uber Force there, Yodel and both Grey Hunter are very weak here. Later pop from SYF. They do lose a scout and a secondary.
So yeah, big picks down on the
big plays.
Blue against red. Red have already lost 4 points. They're going to take the second point. They still have a meta cup. If they can keep this meta cup, they'll have to have Uber advantage go through to the last point.
Oh, Yodel goes down! Oh wow, I thought they might
unfortunately they've only got 2 respawners up now, so it's going to be difficult if they rush this. They've got another 2 coming in 2 seconds though.
Yeah, it's a good prediction.
Really good positioning by Ferrisar though. Oh yes, Rain, sorry.
It's really good damage by Rain against the
Medic
scout
and Demo is out there, so they can hold this now.
Yeah, Rain, not just good for rocket jumping. Wow. Actually, for those of you who haven't seen it, check out that Freedom TF2 jump movie. Crazy shit right there. By Delort, I believe, and it features none other than SYF's Rain, jumping on 300 ping from what I hear. Crazy stuff. But let's have a look at these Ubers. Obviously, Yodel is at a 10% disadvantage, but that's not a biggie at this stage. Let's go through and take a look at the positioning of the other team, and obviously they're holding quite far back because of the Ubers. Possibly they think SYF has more of an advantage than they do.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard hold there by SYF. Pretty much every team likes to have a soldier on that high hut there, and a heavy above the point is usually a pretty popular choice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see SQL maybe suicide a scout and a soldier and then have one come back as a sniper. There comes a bomb in from the soldier.
Right,
they are committing to this push actually. Medic is in and they've paused.
Medic is in with no one though.
Actually a really interesting commit. They're actually committing 5 against 6, which is probably not something I would personally do. As you can see, that Uber, pretty ineffective Uber. I think what they can take out of that is that they did force the SYF Uber on red side, so that's something they actually at least evened up the Ubers there, but otherwise not a very successful push.
SYF are getting a little aggressive, but they've just backed off and they really don't have an advantage, so there's not much reason for them to push at this stage.
Yeah, and obviously, SQL is holding back a little bit. And yet again, Ubers are pretty much even, so, I mean, honestly, Snakewater, I think it's one of the harder lasts to push, although it is a lot more even in this revision of the map.
Yeah, with the moving of the spawns a bit further back, it does make it a bit more difficult. It's similar in kind of how you hold it to Granary, in that you can't really just rush in to resupply as the enemy team pushes in. You do usually have to commit your full team out there.
Exactly, which is a very good point. And by the looks of things, SQL was going to be pushing very shortly because they've pushed it now. Going to follow from Rain up on the roof here. Catches that soldier. Good kill on poor old Greyhunter right there. And plenty of
looks
damage.
like another ineffective push. Just Greyhunter being
Snowblind
bounced
did
away.
actually get the duel win there against Stallion, but just managing to get out there.
Yeah, and Rain going forward. Oh, landing on those things. He's going to back up though.
It's basically
No dice.
both teams opted for another reset. SQL doing a really good job of deciding not to commit to that push once they realised that Grey got dropped pretty early. I like to actually see, what I like to see from SQL at this point is to see if they can maybe change something up for a util.
What I have seen some teams in the past doing this map is they'll force in with just their combo, and they'll pop quite early, get the other team to pop, and then try and fall back. And if you do that 2 or 3 times in a row, you'll often end up with about a 30 or 40% kind of advantage, where you
See,
can
Phalion,
basically
wow, Phalion getting
really go
low
for
there.
it.
Soldier actually came right
I
up
think
to
you're right.
force him back there.
I think you're right, because Yodel is actually ahead in Uber right now, whether he realizes it or not. It was a small advantage, I believe, but this is really good positioning on this push. They're going to
This
go
is
through.
a much better push here from
They need to get
SQL.
the blue Uber needs to come out, or maybe it was just to force the Uber.
Yeah, well, they forced it pretty early, but of course the blue team did pop pretty early themselves.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
cost
well,
them both soldiers for that.
I would have to say if all they want to do was suicide both soldiers there to get the Uber, they did that, but then they ended up popping their own Uber. So
Yeah, and they're going to lose the scout here. That scout is Pakadu. So that's going to be Phalion down, but they do lose JMH, so that's not a bad pick, right?
Rain
someone
was looking
coming
to
out
make a
the
play
bottom.
from under, but he's decided against
Yeah,
it.
he's backed up. Yeah, saw him peeking his head out down there. And of course, plenty of stickies on this right-hand door. Looks like they're just going to go from left. SQL. Are they? Looking over there, yes, they are going to commit. So here comes SQL. Ball Greyhound
taking
going
far too
down.
much time.
Simon
Yeah,
Gray
just-
already down. Mikey goes down.
This will be
Oh,
SYF's
Failure missing a
opportunity
headshot
here.
on the mid.
SYF basically
It's-
going to want to push off this one.
Yeah. And nice work. Quickly clean up JMH, who's trying to hide in a sneaky spot there. Is that something over on the left? I might be tripping.
Good to see Boston Bash being put to good use there.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm correct, but from what I've heard, it's actually... has
Uber's
a
forced
lower-
to.
Yeah, Uber forced. It
That's
actually
why I
builds
did get the
Uber
cap
slower.
though, so
I'm
it's
not
a bit
too
of
sure.
a neutral kind of Uber.
I'm not too sure about that Uber really. I thought if you wanted to use the Uber to stop the cap, that would have been a good reason to use it, but they didn't really do that.
Well, it would have had to have been with that scout, but
Yeah.
the risk with that is you might not be able to pop their medic fast enough.
Well, they
I mean, in the end, they're basically in the same position they were before, although SQL do have a 15% advantage. Not huge, but they may try something with it.
Yeah, and of course, Greyhunter is building Uber pretty hard out here.
if they recognize the advantage quickly enough, something
Yeah.
could be done here.
Well, it's a solid... it was a solid 25. That gap is slowly disappearing, though.
One thing to note is that SYF are currently actually building Uber off their scout, so I guess it's conserving rockets for their soldiers, I suppose.
Yeah, and but as a result, Yertle right there getting Uber first. Not that they're going to be aware of it. By the time they push, that isn't going to matter. Stera coming up on 100 now. Phalion just kicking back here, watching. SQL don't want to commit yet by the look of it. Got a soldier up in the window. And so far, this has been quite a turtly start. But they're pushing in now. We see the Ubers get popped. I'm going to go sky high and check out what happens here. See, I believe it's Rain taking positioning on the roof there. Some good spam, but not too much happening now.
Red definitely looking like they've got full control at this point at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of the way
definitely.
players here, and they're getting 2 players just getting cleaned up there by SYF. They'll definitely want to push this advantage.
Yeah, you see the demo bombing in. Interesting choice right there, but the soldiers coming in to back him up. Look at this, they're going to go over
Scout
the top.
flanking on medic. They
Scout
couldn't
right
use
on the
medic
medic. Oh, nice pick. Something getting Yertle right there. Obviously they pick off something, but look at that, and this soldier going for a quick play on the medic. Not going to happen, but look, the demo out with the stickies. He's going to get the stickies on the medic. Nothing's going to happen. And I've gone down instead of up, so Prime going down. Oh, look at that. Nice work. Stera goes down. Good work, Grey Hunter.
They will be able to cap this second, though, if they get on it quickly, which they are now. 4 times should be enough, with only the 3 respawners coming in now.
Yeah, and Ubers are going to be even.
Well, actually, SQL are going to have about
SQL are going to have 20.
Yeah, well, 25. But, again, it's probably... It's not really enough to do anything with when you're holding, unless you see the team coming really far forward.
Scout on mid? So, Failure, they're cleaning up JMH.
I'm not sure what exactly JMH is doing there, but...
Did he possibly get caught behind the other team? I'm not actually too sure about that.
Yeah, and I mean, we haven't seen any sniper action on this hold just yet. I was expecting Failure to bust out that sniper again.
SQL really just grinding the hell out of that Uber. They've got a 40% advantage now. They could certainly push it if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But again,
they recognise their Uber advantage in the first place, though.
Well, yeah, it's more SYF not grinding correctly, which is a bit, you know, they should be grinding more efficiently than they are.
Well, it makes me wonder if SQL is going to pick up on that and start to use that to their advantage, but...
Well, it's hard to know, because you might just think the other team's just waiting and kind of, you know, formulating a little strategy.
I think the main rule as defense is you kind of just assume that if you haven't tracked properly, you kind of just have to assume that they do have the Uber. It is really risky pushing out from last.
Uber popped here on the right.
Let's check it out. Scout's taking position on the top over there, and so far this push has gone, has not gone the way they wanted, but the demo coming out.
And JMH drops Strera there. It's a big pick. That's 3 down for SYF, with only JMH being down for SQL. They're certainly going to look to push this now, and as Dalian goes down.
They got one respawn.
Therisar does get a pick on Mike doing bottom.
Yeah, and Beast J being smart, he's getting out because he was quite low there.
If blue move.
Oh, and Therisar taking out Yertle as well. That's a big pick there. That just crushed the momentum that SQL had just built up.
Oh, something. Snowblind putting him down. Nice 2-shot ruck there on something as he tried to go for a sneaky on the point. Probably not the best time to go for it, but I mean, they're going to be holding Ubers for a while, so committing one player on the possibility of that maybe isn't the worst thing in the world. But yet again, we've got the Boston Basher building Uber on the red team of SYF right here. And of course, they have all their players there now. And yet again, no sniper action, not much in the way of utils. It's pretty much cookie cutter. And I might actually have to remove that sound file because I'm getting sick of listening to the scouts damage themselves.
I have to say, I was really impressed with the way SYF handled this situation.
Temo bombing in here, trying to force. Actually, Yertle didn't have it.
Oh no. It's 2 players down, 3 players down for SQL.
Prime coming up pretty big though, he's going to have to do a bit more work than that though.
Yeah,
Soldier above him's going to catch him out though.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is going to be first cap.
1-0 on the scoreboard. What is up? Check that out. SYF out to an early...
this was the map I thought that they could get the job on. I've played them on it before and they are quite good at these maps. I know from talking to them, they do actually like to play the less popular maps, just to have a slight advantage against teams that would be considered better than them.
Yeah, well, it definitely makes sense against the likes of IM and SQL, who have been around for so long and, you know, have just spent forever.
And early aggression here from SQL. Mikey jumping in, getting destroyed. Yeah. Greyhound and taking down Rain though.
Yeah, and I mean losing Rain there. Look,
they've got
now,
position on point though.
Yeah.
But they have lost players.
Oh no, Beast J and Phalion going down, and Ferrisar. And it looks like SYF is going to get rolled on this mid. Of course, they did lose Yertle there, but they're still going to have 4 players to come over and get control of the second point if they're quick enough.
Yeah, they're a bit unfortunate there, SYF. A little bit more damage, and that mid easily could have gone their way, but SQL just a bit too strong deathmatch-wise.
Really good positioning early in that mid-fight, but kind of the damage really just didn't balance out. I think Prime did a really good job with his damage in that mid-fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as SYF started pushing across point, Prime just started absolutely hammering them with stickies.
Yeah, I'm kicking back with Rain up here. It looks like Phalion's got his sniper rifle out again. We're going to flick through and find him.
And one thing to note, SYF definitely favouring utils a lot more on their defense. We saw with SQL defense, I don't believe they use any utilities at all.
Yeah, and Phalian's just kicking back up here. He's not committing. Grey Hunter is sitting up in there, so... Oh, there could have been a pick right there. Demo strafing across Phalian's crosshair twice. Scout there again. Phalian goes for it, does not connect. And yet again, SQL just kicking back on the second point, keeping their positioning back, not showing their faces. They don't want to get headshot at this stage of the push. And Phalian pulling back there, he obviously got a call of some sort, but looks like Grey Hunter's going to pop his head out. Are we going to see a headshot right here? Unfortunately, Phalian misses it.
Grey Hunter taking heavy damage though, only just getting out there
Did
at
he
about
actually
40
get a body
HP.
shot? Okay.
I think it was a body
STV
shot
lag,
with
I
a bit of rocket spam.
Yeah, I think I got a bit of STV lag there. It looked like he didn't even connect with him. But anyway, and here comes the jump and the Uber. Good work right there. Grey Hunter, he's dropped off the top though. And of course, Uber's forced, but SQL not getting too much positioning around here. They're all stuck on the side. Soldier jumps up from the top again. He's going to put the damage in. Grey Hunter and Prime going down. And SYF looking pretty good here. Yoodle's getting out on 20%, but what's going to happen? Oh,
Yeah,
Shaker.
SQL's last push is here really being a bit lackadaisical. Not much really thought or creativity. They're just kind of trying to muscle in.
Yeah, SYF putting Beast J through by himself just there, which is an interesting choice. Don't know if that was a miscommunication.
They really
or
lacked
what.
the damage in the last push, but I think they're doing really well converting these.
Yeah,
players
they're
that
in
are
trouble
coming
here, SYF now.
Losing 3
They've
players
got
in a repush is
Thalian
really
spawning in
gonna
1
cost them.
second, but they're still going to be at a 2-player disadvantage for another 7 seconds.
Yeah, and the
So they
medic's
say
trying to
they
get
drag
through.
gonna be
against
a pop
Prime.
out.
Scouting the point though, needs a block.
There's 2 left.
Oh, Strera gets
And
a
they
big
pull it
melee.
off. Oh, but there's a big bomb coming in from the soldier. Is he going to be able to connect? No. Close range meat shots, and Mikey goes down right there.
Yeah, some lucky spawn timings and some good individual work there from the SYF players really saved them. I mean, you only have to look at that cap to see how close SQL were to taking that round.
Ooh, wow, Prime finishing
They're
off
gonna really
something there.
fight to stop this cap on the second. What you have to notice is that Strera is about to get this Uber.
Oh, no! Massive drop, massive. Oh, I think he actually just got Uber when that happened. This is
Yeah,
all
there's
but
a bit of a
SQL's
mistake
round
though.
right
He
now.
kind of charged forward into the SQL players to get that health back, and
I think that
it's
is
cost
what's
them
gonna
the
cost
round.
them. It really has cost them the round. That
Whoa,
one.
look at that bomb.
I really believe if he got that Uber off, at that point, they would have not only had that second point, they possibly would have had enough momentum to take middle as well off that.
Yeah, would have to agree with you there. Anyway, we're going to follow Prime on this rollout and see what he can do at mid. Of course, he's taking the left rollout. Yeah, let's see how much damage gets put on a mid. That's an interesting place to put a sticky through right there. He's getting some good coverage down, but we're going to go sky high and check it out. What is happening?
BJ coming really aggressive across the point here, getting good
This
damage,
combo
drops
going through
Prime.
the kitchen really.
They have lost both soldiers and now BJ's down though.
Yeah.
It's just Thalian and Strera, and they're both
Yoodle.
weak.
Yoodle on 29 health is still alive though as they get that, so this is going to... Now SYF is actually in some trouble because with Yoodle still up, they're going to get this cap on second, and I'm wondering if they're going to send Ferrisar for a bomb on Yoodle to try and pop him now.
I think they'll probably just put him up as heavy and try and hold last. You can do it. I mean, you've got to force them early though.
Thalion's definitely gone snipe with this one. They really need their U-tools to try and balance out.
Yeah,
this
an early pick here
disadvantage
can be
somehow.
huge for
Yeah.
SYF.
Just one pick really could make the difference.
Yeah, and I mean,
Oh, well-
Phalian is in position.
I think I will say something though, what we've seen so far has been of the trend that SQL have had much better mid plays. They've won every mid, I believe, so far.
There you go, Uber is forced.
Good early
The
damage.
player's getting isolated and separated though.
Yeah, BJ going
Yeah,
down.
demo
This is-
down
this
now.
is definitely going to be a cap
Soldiers
now.
down medic, yeah. It's was just pretty much a perfect round there from SQL, much better than they looked earlier in the map.
Yeah, definitely. And if they're going to be facing up against Bob, Spadebox, and of course IM, they're definitely going to have to be pulling some rounds like that out and getting their strats sussed. And yeah, I'm following Mikey on this rollout, going to check out what these blue soldiers are doing at mid, of course, coming through left and then taking positioning.
Really good early damage there by BJ on the Prime.
Whoa, and Mike
And
is
here comes the
absolutely
bombing
screwed.
soldier. BJ aggressive on point again, takes a bit of damage though.
Yeah, and big damage right there. Phalion going down, but Red's still with an advantage, but that's slowly leaking away. Those players are going to
Just
fall out,
scout
though.
and medic, though. Yertle does get out, though, so they'll definitely have a solid defense at last. And with their players spawning now, they might even be able to get a defense on second.
Yeah, well, those
I think they'll
players
definitely
are
be able to get
coming
this.
up.
I believe they'll definitely be able to get a good defense on second. As Yurtle's about to get his Uber up.
Yeah, SYF, nowhere to be seen at the moment. They didn't really want to risk it, I guess, which is, you know, fair enough, but I think sometimes you do have to take a bit of a risk when you're playing a team that is, you know, known to be on a higher level than you.
Yeah, and
as I
oh
say
wow,
that,
Stera dropping rain
Uber
right there.
forced as well.
Oh, dude, forced, and they drop him, and they're gonna have to
And
try and fall
Prime
out
is
of here.
chasing now. They do have a heavy on mid though, so he'll be able to tank some damage.
Yeah, but Stera
Medic
goes
down
down
for
real
SYF.
early.
Get the other players into this fight right now.
Yeah, honestly, they're too low, and something is going to get out with 75 health, but they've well and truly lost that mid, and now Yurtle are coming up on 20%. Stera still 9 seconds away. This is going to be 50%.
Second off this actually as well.
Oh,
Got
definitely.
a hiding soldier. There's definitely a hiding soldier at this point. He's going to get help.
Yeah,
possibly
he's
bomb
been
this
seen though,
medic.
it's been called. And of course there's no one there for him to play with anyway.
So SQL got a really big, nice about 40% Uber to work with going to last. I think this is going to be a really big advantage for them going into this last push right now.
Yeah, so we're looking at 2-1 on the scoreboard for those of you just joining us. Of course, I am Griever, this is Griever TV, and I have Avril and Bulk, both formerly of Frey, joining me tonight for this cast.
Interesting to note, Thalion went spot. He actually got spotted there. I was watching him during that time. Thought it was a really interesting use of the utility class to try and balance out that Uber disadvantage. I would
I've
have
seen
actually
some
preferred.
big plays, especially in Open and Intermediate and ESCA this season, through doing that. But anyway, Uber forced. And, oh no, poor Grey Hunter getting left alone. And he gets caked up because he got popped
Counter
so
Uber
high.
pop now.
Yeah, counter Uber, and SQL
And it's
was
just
going to
primed
get
and Yertle.
whitewashed.
They are together, so hopefully they'll be able to get out, and they might be able to salvage something of the second.
Yeah, there they are.
Although
over
with
here
how
trying
they're
to fall
falling out, they're going to concede this.
Yeah, they're definitely conceding second, but at least they're going to get out. Yurtle's going to have...
Actually, as I say that though, they'll certainly be looking to re-push this now. And as I say, there's a scout coming in right yard.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go on right now. They get Phalion, good early pick. Look at the
gonna get his
positioning.
medic
Look
as
at the
well.
way they go. Stera is down. Wow, excellent work by SQL, just steamrolling across that point.
At this point in time, they've got a lot of options available to them. They can either go on the player advantage, which is
Well, I
probably
mean,
something I would probably do.
yeah, they've
or-
just got to go now to ignore
also,
having
yeah,
their demo down.
And the Uber's up right about now, so it's an Uber advantage plus 3 players. 1 player just respawn, that's Stera of the medic.
Yeah, early force just there, but I mean, look at the amount of players they killed. In the meantime, SQL all over this. Even the SYF, look, the scouts aren't going to be up for another
There is
few
a
seconds.
last-ditch pyro effort coming out here, though. He could do some work.
Oh, wow. Excellent work by the Pyro,
Prime,
but
though.
it's not
Pyro
going to
coming
happen.
up trumps there. 4 sticky kills just in about 2 seconds.
Oh, wow. Left click, right click, stand in the valley, let's have some fun. Catch you later, son. Holy shit. And, yeah, Prime showing showing his demo skills right there. Was left click, right click, as I said before. What do you actually think of the demos in OWL this season?
It's going to be tough.
I heard that bulk guys are right. Anyway, look at this
You guys are
massive
right on
bomb from the
every now and then.
Soldier. Beast J going down early as does Rain and Mikey. Just look at this aggression. Soldier trying to get the medic over there. Grey Hunter does go down though. SYF still with a major player disadvantage. And it looks like they're going to cut their losses and just get the hell out of there. And Stera coming up on 80% with Ferrisar and something to keep them company.
Yeah, it just seems every mid, SQL seem to be just focusing off the weaker players a lot better than SYF. SYF are getting a lot of the SQL players weak, but they're not converting it into kills, which is really that's how you win mids.
That's the real difference. Is I'm seeing SYF taking really good positioning on mids. They're pushing their players across, but it's SQL who are doing
Both
really
of us
good
are
damage.
actually forced at the moment. Something goes down here, and Prime's looking to go forward, but Mikey taps a body shot from Thalion
I
there.
don't actually think SYF got forced there either. I think they thought that they could try and use that, use the Uber right there. Maybe they thought they had a slight advantage, but either way, they've evened things out. Both teams lost a player, a soldier on the blue side, so they're
Well,
going to have to
they are down 3-1, so they know they have to start getting
Yeah,
aggressive if they're going to have a chance.
Exactly. Because if we have a look at the clock right here, server map time left 5 minutes and 47 seconds. This is not long, folks. And Yodel gets Uber right now, 15% right there. And if they used it right now, they might have possibly been able to get Stero. Not likely, but you never know. But this isn't going to happen. And they're going to come from bottom right here. Looks like they're just going to Uber and lay down a carpet of stickies. Big headshot. Valiant taking out Snowblind. That's a good pick. And we just watch as these Ubers go. It's a bit of a clusterfuck. JMH goes down. Beast J going down.
SQL are all trapped in a corner here,
Yeah.
right near the
Yeah, they're
resupply.
screwed.
Prime jumping out, trying to make something happen, but
I'm
this is
surprised
just
they're
about
letting
a wipe.
one scout bloody jewel them though. I would have thought they
They really needed to be sending players forward faster than that though. Like they should have sent a scout forward as soon as those players were trapped in the corner, start capping and then just clean up those last 3 players.
Well, to be perfectly honest, they had 4 or 5
And that
people
scout
standing on
gets
the
shut
point.
down by JMH.
Yeah. 4 or 5 people standing around on the point, running around in circles while there's no one else coming.
Mikey with a big bomb in, getting a lot of
Well,
damage
okay.
out.
Medic goes down, Struber goes down. They've got 4 go down on red. I think SQL might be looking to retake the second and go straight to last on this push.
Oh, they got the 3 players there. Yodel's only just... He's only just hitting 20% now, but Greyhunter and Prime, it's not a bad combination to push last. I think they're going to...
They're not.
They
don't
definitely
have-
lost.
I
They
mean,
definitely lost too many
with the
players.
position they're in, they know they can just, relax, form themselves up, go on with this Uber advantage.
This is what I wanted to see. Look at the scout. Oh, something getting denied. I was expecting a flank of some sort there. Pity they didn't send a couple of players that way. They definitely had the players just then. And yet again, Rain with that crazy prediction for people walking out the door. What is up with that? And Stera's only coming up on 50. Oh, is he going to get that soldier? No, Rain just misses that soldier. And Yodel has popped his Uber.
SYF actually doing a pretty good job here, holding this at the moment. Stero's still on full health, and SQL taking a lot of damage and losing players
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Well, given the dangers of just having people standing on the point and
Scout
being
on
able
the
to be
medic,
spammed. Yeah, I
think
think,
I'm-
oh, he gets
JMH
him!
doing some work.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't think he was actually going to get that
Oh.
initially. Oh, Yodel.
I think SQL losing Prime really early in that last push really made a big difference in the way they play that last. I mean, losing your demo man in a last push definitely going to make a big impact on how you're going to play that last point. And I think that really made a big difference.
Absolutely. And let's have a look. Phalion has actually gone engineer. Where is he? And he's setting up an... I don't actually think I've seen anyone set up there yet. That's an interesting position. It provides no coverage for the point, but anyone has to walk up that valley or come through the left here, they're going to get a top full of face full of Sentry. So while we wait for these Ubers to come up, predictions for this season, boys.
Bulk best demo man of
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard that bulk guy's pretty good.
I don't know, he's got to compete with that Yuri guy, so we'll see how we go. But I got my
Yuri's
I
got to
my
go
money
through
on
the
Bulk.
season without getting banned first. Then we'll see how it goes.
I thought he'd be more worried about the quantity of heals, but anyway, let's have a look. They're gonna pop. Oh wow, did they not actually pop just then? I thought they were gonna pop right in
That's
on
a
that.
really risky play by
Shit,
SYF.
yeah.
They really could have gone all the way.
Oh, they had something from behind, and they must have been thinking of linking up.
No,
Look,
this
the Uber
this
is
not a good
popped.
pop.
Does manage to do the counter pop. Is it people gonna pop out from left though?
I definitely think if SQL decided to push out from the left from their perspective, just when SYF
Oh, well,
decided
Yodel
to
going
do it,
down.
would
Yodel
really-
low.
No, but this is a good choice though. They did have that sentry there. They must have obviously hoped if they could get rid of the Ubers, if they had to fall to last, the sentry would give them that cleanup. But look at this Prime, left click, right click. These scouts are going to have to finish him up quick, and they're going to get that soldier, but the scouts on the point. Boom. 4-1 in favour of SQL. That was a nice last.
Yeah, a lot happening there. I think we'll see a pretty chaotic mid. Really,
1 minute
this
left
round
on the
can't
clock.
affect the result of this
Yeah.
map. So I think we'll see SYF probably going balls out. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen a crit streak from Strara.
Yeah, actually, I was wondering the same thing myself just before. You'd think at this stage, at least for at least for a last-ditch attempt at evening a score a little
Possibly
bit.
for a crisp
Ran there with
defense
the
even.
early pick onto JMH.
Yeah, and Mike goes down.
Ferris
as well.
are dropping Mikey, yeah.
Yeah, scout from behind. That's something. He goes
They really
down.
need to jump on. They've got to jump on
Oh, gonna
the
lose
demo
that
medic
medic.
here.
They're gonna lose that medic. Grey Hunter goes
Oh,
down.
Yertle the turtle. Oh, I thought he was out for a second.
That's a very apt nickname for him. Look at this!
And,
Look at this! Look at Prime!
He actually got a sticky jump kill as he was leaping away. Gets cleaned up there by Beast J.
Oh, wicked.
I think they're actually going to
Scout
jump
down the bottom. JMH gets denied by Thalion. And boom. That's going to be GG for the first map, 4-1. And I believe the second map is Gravel Pit, is it?
No, Granary.
I think.
The Jinshu's Granary. I'm quite comfortable with this. I like Gravel Pit, but gives us too long to talk.
Yeah, I think I might just comment on the one round that SYF did get. I really enjoyed the momentum that they had on that map, on that round rather. They got pushed all the way back there last, but did a really good job of just taking one cap, one at a time before they managed to get that last push onto SQL to take that one round that they did get. It was really, really good to see just the way they played each of those caps. Each one they pretty much, it was just one cap at a time.
Yeah, it
basically.
seemed that that SYF really were caught off guard at times with the aggression of SQL. I mean, especially when they were trying to retake second, they'd kind of go out a bit lackadaisically and just not really lack of urgency, I guess, is what I would say. Like, there wasn't rush. We've got to get this point cap, so And I just didn't see that from the SYF players, and as a result, quite often SQL would basically jump players in and just demolish SYF.
Pretty much. Righto, for this recording for YouTube, we're just going to split this up right now, and we'll be heading over to Granary in just a sec for the second half of this match. Which way is it going to go? Find out soon. Griever TV on YouTube. We'll be right back. If you like what you've just seen, click on the links to check out more Team Fortress 2 coverage by GTV. Remember that you can help us promote Team Fortress 2 by subscribing and liking the videos.